So the drill's on the road to pick up a collection. Wait till you see what I got. What's up, fans? Yep, the comic drill went on the road and picked up a collection, and it is a great one. So let me give you a little bit of backstory on this. So I get a text several days ago from the girl who cuts my hair, and she sends me a picture from a Facebook post that a friend of hers made. And on the post, it says, got these old comics, not sure what to do with them. Can somebody tell me what they're worth? And all I can see in the picture is all these comics in these plastic bins. And the top three I can see are an old X-Men from the 60s, an old Spider-Man from the 60s, and a Flash from the 60s. So I text the girl back and I said, yeah, have her call me. What the heck? So she gives me her number to text this lady. So I call her, I talk to her, and basically the story is it was her step granddad's son comics. And I guess I'm assuming the son passed away, and he was a soldier in the Vietnam War. They were all in his footlocker, and her granddad gave them to her because he knew she liked comics. Well, she said, she read them when she was a kid, but she said they had been sitting in brown paper bags since 1981. And she said she was kind of decluttering, and she was wanting to kind of find out what these were worth. So I told her, well, I can come over. I need to look through them. I can maybe give her an idea. I said, are you wanting to sell them? I never could get that out of her. Was she wanting to sell them? Was she, what was she wanting to do with them? So I get over there. Her and her husband, really nice. They're in two big plastic storage bins, all the comics. And there was probably maybe 450 to 500 books in there. And she had told me that a lot of them, and these are her words, she said they were not in Sheldon Cooper's type of shape. In other words, they weren't in mint condition. They weren't in bags and boards, and they weren't. Not a one of them. Well, maybe there was one or two in bags and boards. So I start going through them. Probably 99% of them were from the 50s and 60s, more of them from the 60s than 50s. There was a couple from the random 80s issues like Heathcliff and a Conan the Barbarian. There was a bunch of them that didn't even have covers on them. But I start going through them, and I'm finding some gems in here. So I'm starting to freak out a little bit. I'm trying to stay calm because I didn't want her to see how excited I was. So, I told her, I said, if you want to sell them, I'd love to buy them from you. Here's what I'll give you for them. And I said, if you take them to a comic book store, they're not going to give you half this. Probably. I didn't know at the time. So she said, well, let me think about it. She goes, but that seems fair to me. She said her brother was involved in this because he liked them too. And she just wanted to talk to him about whether he thought it was a fair offer or not. I said, fine, no problem. Just, call me one way or the other. So I'm thinking, is she ever going to call me back? But sure enough, the next afternoon, she texted me. She said, my brother thought that was fine. Come and get him wherever you want to. So I went over that same afternoon, picked him up. Like I said, 450 to 500 books. This is just a small sampling of them. But these are what you call, I guess, the cream of the crop. So these are the great ones. So I'm going to tell you what I paid for them after we get done. And you tell me if you think I got a good deal. But I have a feeling you're going to see I got a great deal. Now, these are not in mint condition. I would say most of them are between maybe a 4.0 to maybe a 7.0. Some of them could be pressed and cleaned and probably get them up higher than that. But, these are great books. So let's run through them real quick. So we're going to start off, I think, with mainly the DCs. This is Batman number 190. I look up this book and it's worth a good chunk of change, and I think it's just because it's a classic Penguin cover. But you can see that's in great shape. This is Batman number 189. This is the first Silver Age appearance of the Scarecrow. So this is a pretty nice book to have in the collection. This is Batman 197. This is the first time Batgirl and Catwoman meet, and this was also the debut of this new Catwoman costume, which I kind of think is terrible. This is Detective Comics 363. This is where Batman and Robin reveal their identity to Batgirl. If I remember right, I seem to remember this in a trade I read one time. It seems like she already knew who they were. I think that's what the big reveal was. This is World's Finest 177. That's a great Joker cover. World's Finest 169. This is the third appearance of Supergirl, I believe. Or no, third appearance of Batgirl. And this one's in a bag and board. I had some Silver Age bags and boards, but I'm gonna have to get a different size because when I try to squeeze, it's so tight in here, it's hard to get them in. So, Green Lantern 61 with a great appearance of the Golden Age Green Lantern, Alan Scott. Green Lantern 52, great Sinestro cover. This is the Atom 29 with the Golden Age Atom right there. Atom 34. We have some Justice League here. We have Justice League 68. Justice League 62. Justice League 35. Number 54, the Royal Flush Gang. And this next one, it's not in great shape. I actually have a mint copy of this already. But this is one of my favorite Justice League covers. Justice League 55, and this is the Earth 2 Robin when he took over for Batman. I mean, that costume is such a Silver Age costume, but it's awesome. Justice League 59, Justice League 46 with some, we got some Sandman and some Wildcat Justice Society appearances. This is Justice League 57. All right, we're gonna get into some, well, let me finish off these DCs. So we have a Flash, number 173, and it's got Kid Flash and Jay Garrick, the Golden Age Flash. Great black cover, and it's in good shape for being a black cover. We have an 80-page Flash Giant, number 178. And then we have, I believe this is the second race between Superman and the Flash, Flash number 175. All right, we're getting into some Marvel here. I think everything else I'm gonna show you is Marvel. All right, so this is a pretty big key right now, and I have a copy of this already, but this is Fantastic Four 67, the first appearance of him, which is he ends up becoming Warlock, who is gonna be in the Guardians. If you've seen the Guardians of the Galaxy 3 trailers, he's gonna be in Guardians 3. So this is a pretty key book right now. Great Doctor Doom cover, Fantastic Four 84. We have a classic Hulk cover with the leader on it. And then we have an early Hulk Thing battle, Hulk number 122. All right. Next, we're going to go on to the X-Men. We have X-Men number 31. A lot of these I'm going to have cleaned and pressed. A friend of mine does that, and so it'll bring the grades up a little bit. This is X-Men 35, and if I remember this right, it's supposedly the first time the X-Men meet Spider-Man, but then you find out, I think that's a robot. I think that's not really actually Spider-Man. We have X-Men 36. We have X-Men 37. We have X-Men 38. We have X-Men 49, which this is the first appearance of Lorna Dane, who ends up becoming Polaris. At the time, I think they said that she was Magneto's daughter. I'm not sure if that's still the case or not. And then 50 is her first appearance as Polaris. I could sell probably this book alone and make up what I paid for the entire collection. A little preview of how much I paid. We have X-Men 52. We have X-Men 54. We have X-Men 55. We have X-Men 56. And we have X-Men 60. And this is the first appearance of Sauron. So, another great book. All right. Last stack. These are all Spider-Man books. So, these are in no order, I believe. Random orders here. So, we have Amazing Spider-Man 48. We have Amazing Spider-Man 55. Great Doc Ock cover. We have Amazing Spider-Man 62. An early Medusa. We have Amazing Spider-Man 57. I believe this is the first time he meets Kazar. King size, Amazing Spider-Man King size special number 4. Amazing Spider-Man 77. Amazing Spider-Man 78, the first appearance of the Prowler, who is, I believe, going to be in the, was in that animated Spider-Man movie. And he's going to be in, I believe they're bringing him back somehow. We have Amazing Spider-Man King Size Special number 6 with the Sinister Six. We have, I believe this is the third appearance of the Lizard, Amazing Spider-Man 45. We have Amazing Spider-Man 59, which is the first cover appearance of Mary Jane. We have Amazing Spider-Man 51, which is the second appearance of my favorite character, or one of my favorite characters, or my favorite Marvel villain, the Kingpin, his second appearance. This may be his, I don't know if this is his third appearance or not, but this is Amazing Spider-Man number 60. We have Amazing Spider-Man 71, Amazing Spider-Man 67, and I had a copy of this already, but this is in pretty decent shape too. Amazing Spider-Man 46, the first appearance of the Shocker. So, like I said, that was just the cream of the crop, but it was about 450 books. Some of these I'm going to keep, some of these I'm going to sell. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with them. But now let's get down to the nitty gritty. So how much did I pay? I paid $400 for that entire collection. And like I said, this is just probably, this is a small percentage. These are just the best ones. $400. And they were more than happy with that. She just wanted to declutter it. She wanted it out of there, out of her house and just gone. So she was very happy with that. I was very happy. When I left the house and I was driving down the road, if the people beside me in the cars beside me were looking at me, they probably thought, what is that guy doing? Because I was literally jumping up and down in the car and doing this. I couldn't believe it. So great find for me. But just want to share that with you guys. And originally my next video is going to be a Funko Pop haul because my buddy at Why Not Comics got me into collecting Funko Pops. So I went out and bought a bunch of Funko Pops last week, and I was going to show those off. And then I also went to, just to give you a preview of another video that's coming up, I went to the second largest comic shop in the United States. It's the largest comic shop on the East Coast. I won't give you more information than that. You can probably figure it out if you Google it. But I went to this shop a couple weeks ago and picked up some stuff there. There's a backstory to that too, but I'll tell that on the video. But so be looking for those two videos. If you like my videos, if you would hit that like and subscribe button, it'll let you know when I'm putting out another video. And those should be pretty soon. I'm gonna try to do those in the next few days. But I appreciate everybody watching. Please comment, and I appreciate it. We'll see you in the next one. Later.